Yeah. Going long. Hello, welcome back to the final stock scooter race of the 2024 season. The scooters all lined up on the grid for the sighting lap. Weather stayed dry since the last Supers race. Hopefully stay dry for the rest of the day. Everything crossed. So they're off and away on the sighting lap. So Tom Oliver back out in this one on the Group 10 Zip. Nikita on a championship winning Chisel Speed Lambretta production class. Jer Crew and Keith Terry keeping the company up the hill. So again, looking forward to some close racing. That last one, swapping lead 3 or 4 times. See if anyone can get the better of Tom Oliver this time. Now it's dry. So Tom on pole, Nikita in second position. So they are all lined up on the grid. Green flag from the back. The man at the front waiting away to look at the lights. Here we go for the last one. And they're off and away. Disappear behind the Armco barrier. Do get a good view from of the track up here. Able to commentate on most of the action for you. So Tom Oliver is streaking away a little bit, but Dave Bristow's closing in on the Keith now. Dave missing the first stock race due to a broken exhaust, but he will be looking to try and get to the front in this one. As he's up and away past Nikita. Coming to the first corner. So Dave now into second position. So first in 4E, Jer Crew in second, Keith Terry in third. Shane Hunsdale's got a great start in this one on his production Lambretta, the white machine. Being chased down past Stuart Day on the 4E, going down the start-finish straight. Trying to close that gap in on Tom as he comes down towards the Devil's Elbow. And a little bit wide. Pulls it back, going up the hill. Power of that 4E machine. Thought best of sticking it up the inside of Tom. Wait till there's a cleaner moment to pass. So Jer Crew in second in 4E, coming through there. Nikita still first in production, followed by Keith Terry on his home track. Then Stuart Day on his Group 4. And Steve Wright second in production. John Holt third by the look of it. Then Shane fifth in production. As they all disappear down into the bottom hole, the leaders are out, and now Dave Bristow taking the overall lead. Be a great way to sign off the season. That wider line he takes in there. Tom comes up the inside, but Dave will be on the power coming up the hill. Able to pass, obviously Tom stuffs it up the inside of him, braving it out. He's not going to give it up easy, he's going to make Dave fight for it. It's not unusual for a British Championship rider. Shane Hunsdale now in front of Brooke Norvey going through. So third in production is Steve Wright, fourth, and fifth in production looks like AD. Oh, we've got a faller. It looks like Gavin Gray. Gavin Gray. Gary Smith. He is in the middle of the track. He looks okay. But that'll be a red flag just because we've got a rider down in the middle of the track. So they'll bring the scooters to a halt here. Didn't see that incident, but Gary obviously sitting up. He's not rushing to his feet. He's getting to his knees. Everything looks all right. He'll be a bit bruised and battered because it's not a slow corner, that one, but he looks okay. We'll see what happens here, whether they start them in running order or whether it's back to the normal grid positions. Ben seems to be wheeling his back, must have had a mechanical by the look of it. So getting close up of the riders there, so Graham Tatton and Dave just having a word. And we've got Stuart Day and Jer riding under the SRP banner, and Keith Terry and Nikita Donahue. And then we've got Brooke Norvey, Steve Wright, Adi Horrocks, Simon Palmer. No further running for Ben by the look of it. Just making use of the hill, cutting off the track. Good to see Gary's okay. So at least my accidental wrong naming of him will mean Gavin Gray gets a mention this weekend, even though he's unfortunately not been able to join us this weekend due to not having transport. But I know he'll be tuning in and watching later if he's not watching the live feeds now. Too much longer before the track's been cleared. Marshall's obviously just checking the track, make sure nothing's spilled onto the surface. So the scooter's being wheeled away. Doesn't look too damaged. Gary will be off to the medical centre just for a check over. Not his first off this season. He's usually made of concrete. Let's hope he's all okay and ready to continue racing later today, maybe. So no. See the marshal still just checking the track, making sure there's nothing that needs sorting out. Ben seems to be trying to re-enter the track. Not sure if you're allowed to do that, but obviously if he is allowed, they'll let him back onto the circuit to rejoin for the restart. There's our jet, giving us a wave. Great to see Stuart back out on the racetrack. The only time we've seen him this season. He retired last year, I think it was. Now just giving the circuit a little bit of a sweep where the incident took place. And they're letting him away again. Scooters. A bit unusual, I'm letting him away while marshals are still on the track. But they're obviously telling him to form back up on the grid, and we'll see now what they're going to do with Dave going through first, who was obviously in the lead, whether he'll take the pole position slot. No, it looks like we're going back to original grid positions for the restart. See if there's an announcement to the reduced number of laps. Also nice to see Lee, photographer, back with us, stood next to us here on the side of the hill, trying to capture all the action in the still photos. I think they'll have possibly a fresh sighting lap and a reformation on the grid. Saying some people will be disappointed with the restart back to grid positions, those that have made headway. But it is just a reset button. See, looking down on the grid at the Union flag there on the start finish line, that the very little wind today. We are expecting considerably more wind tomorrow, I think up to 35 mile an hour gusts, with some rain thrown in probably for the non-championship events that will be taking place tomorrow. The Lord of Lydden race to finish off the day. Start of the race we have invitation race, the memorial race, the Uffie memorial race, and then two races in between in the middle of the day where scooters have been allowed to swap, riders have been allowed to swap scooters with other riders as long as numbers are changed and stuff like that and everybody's informed. So it looks like they just waved away under the green, so that'll be a sighting lap. Right, so thank you Wendy, I can hear through the tan eye. We've got one sighting lap and then a 6-lap race. So Mr. Bristow's got it all to do again. See down there in the low sunlight down on the Devil's Elbow, there's still a few damp patches. 99% of the track is dry now. Pretty much the whole grid will have swapped back onto the dry tyres now. So yes, they're formed up now into their grid positions. Hopefully with the programme running to plan, we'll still have one more race for you today, even though this is the final stock race. I'll have one more Supers race for you today, the end of the championship races. So the red flag man is away at the front, pointing at the lights. So they're under the lights and they're away. It's not a great start from whoever it was in third place, but it's like Nikita and Tom away, but Dave's onto the back of them quite early this time. So there's the come through. It's Tom Oliver, then Nikita Donahue, then Dave Bristow, then Keith Terry. Dave managing to get round past Nikita, but see if he manages to maintain that. He does. He started to pick that slightly tighter line this time. It looks like Shane's gone straight on at the Devil's Elbow. He's okay and he's up and away. So Dave coming through for the lead already, trying to get straight back onto Tom. And he's off and away down the hill into the last corner towards the start-finish straight. Then we've got Nikita still first in production. Looks like Jer Crew closely behind her on his 4E. Then, that might be Keith Terry. So we'll see as they come back in. Dave not getting away from Tom, but he's got a decent lead on him now. Should stretch it out over in the straighter parts of the track where the power of his 4E Vespa should. So Dave overall lead, comes up the hill. Jer's got past Nikita, but Nikita's still in first in production. Then we've got Brooke Norvey and Graham Tatton up the inside, then Stuart Day, Keith Terry, Stephen Hamilton, Steve Wright, then Adi Horrocks and John Holt. Adi going well again, that inside line. And we've got Harry Smith just tipping in, followed by Simon Palmer, Bob West, George Fielder, then Ben Reddins, and Andy Walker, is it? Yeah, I think it's Andy Walker. So the leader's coming back round now to down to the Devil's Elbow. Yeah, Dave's changed the line he was running in the first race. Now he's seen that the drier line's still there, and he's maintaining that lead over Tom. Jer's managed to get away from Nikita a little bit, but Graham Tatton's now closing it down, coming up the hill. And Adi Horrocks now tipping into that top corner. He does like to go round the outside of people. On this one, he's took a tighter line. He's coming. He's good. Got past Steve. Will he maintain it down the start-finish straight? Steve just pulling in towards him, but it looks like Adi's got past and got away. And Andy Walker going through there, so the leader's coming back down now to the Devil's Elbow for, I think, the third time out of 6. Tom closed right in there. Say Tom. So further back, it's a nice close race this now with Jer Crew. Graham's made that a little bit wide. Nikita cuts back on him. Further back, we've got Brooke Northey followed by Keith Terry. Then Steve Wright seems to have got back past Adi Horrocks. Ben Reddin's going through there, the leaders. So Tom's round past Dave again. There will be a part of Dave thinking it's not a championship battle, this one. Tom running on the 10 zip, but they've been trading places all the way so far, so I can't see it changing anytime soon. Coming up the hill, Stuart Day manages to get up the inside of Jer Crew. Heat has not been dropped by these 4E machines on the less powerful production machine that she's running. Still going well. Then we've got Lady Horrocks back past Steve right again now, chasing down. We've got Simon Palmer, Harry Smith. Bike by the looks of it, it's just affecting his confidence at least. And Dave's managed to stuff it up the inside of Tom going into the Devil's Elbow. Tom's got entry speed into there. He'll look to go up the inside of Dave, but Dave going on the gas. Should be able to stretch away from him a little bit now, back down into the last corner onto the start-finish straight. This group still all together. Stuart Day now getting the best of it, followed by Jerry Creed. On the 4 lamp. And then we've got John Holt, Simon Palmer, Harry Smith, George Fielder coming round, trying to catch up with Bob West. And that's the checkered flag, so it looks like the overall win for Dave and first in 4E. Tom Oliver taking the Group 10 in second place. Stuart Day getting second in 4E. Then Jer Crew, Graham Tatton. So another great close race between most of the as the boss comes in. It's the overall win. Keith and Brooke coming through, so we should have the programme runs properly for the rest of the afternoon. All race for you, the final Super Scooters race of the weekend, which should be in around 4 races time, I think it is. So we look forward to you joining us for the final championship race today before we have the more fun events tomorrow. So, like I say, we'll see you again when the